Okay, so today we're going to pull back the curtain on a relationship dynamic that is honestly just deeply confusing and emotionally draining for so many people. If you've ever felt like you're playing a game where the rules keep changing and it just leaves you feeling completely exhausted and doubting yourself, well, this is for you. We're going to dive right into the narcissist's playbook. You know that feeling, right? That constant sense of being one step behind, just trying to make sense of a conversation or a situation that seems to shift from one minute to the next. I want you to know that feeling, it is not an accident. It's actually a symptom of a very specific strategy that we are about to break down.
So let's start with the absolute foundation of any relationship, communication. But what happens when talking isn't about connecting? What if it's designed to confuse? Well, that's when you find yourself in what I like to call the communication maze.
One of the first tactics you'll encounter in this maze is something called word salad, and it's exactly what it sounds like, a jumble of topics tossed together. It's more than just a bad argument, it is a deliberate move. They'll leap from one subject to another with no logical connection, making sure you can never ever get to the heart of the matter.
And this, right here, is the key to understanding the whole thing. If you're going into a conversation looking for a solution or some kind of mutual understanding, you've already lost. See, the objective isn't to resolve anything. The real goal is to wear you down, to make you so tired that you just give up.
Now, all these confusing communication tactics, they're actually symptoms of a really deep conflict happening inside the person. What you see on the outside is just a mask of control. And it's there to hide what's really going on underneath the surface.
So on the outside, you get what's called the false self. This is what they project, all that pride, that anger, that confidence. But these are just defense mechanisms. The true self, which is buried deep down, is actually driven by some really powerful, painful emotions, profound shame and fear. The pride is there to cover the shame, and the anger is there to cover the fear.
And here's the really crucial part. That internal battle they're fighting, it doesn't stay inside them. They project it outward, onto you. That mismatch between the angry, prideful person you're dealing with and the deep-seated fear you might sense, it creates this awful, confusing feeling in your own head. It's called cognitive dissonance, and its whole purpose is to keep you totally off balance.
This internal chaos leads to a really shocking way of seeing the world. They don't see a world of cooperation or shared spaces, nope. They see a world governed by a very primitive, absolute law of the jungle, where everything is about ownership.
Just let that sink in for a second. This isn't just about being a little selfish or a bit entitled. This is a core belief that boundaries simply don't apply to them. What's yours is theirs. What's public is theirs. The whole idea of you owning something separate from them, it just doesn't compute.
And the scope of this is, well, it's kind of mind-boggling. This sense of ownership stretches to everything. Books in a public library, a garbage can on the sidewalk, shopping carts left in the parking lot. In their mind, if it doesn't have a clear owner standing right there, it's theirs for the taking. And this logic leads to the most chilling item on the list, you. You are seen as their property too.
So if you follow that logic, if you are their property, then it's a pretty short leap to believing that everything you have and everything you earn also belongs to them. And this is where that delusion becomes a very real, very destructive problem: financial exploitation.
But why are they so obsessed with money? It's pretty simple, actually. Money equals power. It's agency. It's freedom. If you have your own financial resources, you have the power to make your own choices, to be independent, maybe even to leave. And that is a massive threat to their control.
And the way this plays out is just so insidious. It might start with something that looks like kindness, right? Like they help you get a job. But that one act gets turned into a weapon. It's used as proof that you owe them everything. From that point on, they genuinely believe they are entitled to every single penny you make for your entire life. And the final twisted part? You're supposed to thank them for letting them take it? So what's their cut? What percentage of all your hard work and success do they feel they deserve? It's not 50%. It's not even 90%. It's 100%. All of it. In their worldview, your talent, your effort, your long hours, it all traces back to them, so it all belongs to them.
This whole financial mindset, it really tells a bigger story about how they operate in the world. It's not about building or creating, it's about consuming. They are, at their core, skilled takers, not makers. When you look at their economic profile, it's all about consumption without production. They actively avoid earning their own money through hard work. Instead, their real skill is in taking what belongs to others, whether it's public resources or private money. And listen, this has nothing to do with need. They'll exploit anyone, even if they're already incredibly wealthy. And here is the final, non-negotiable rule of this playbook. It is a one-way street. All the resources, all the money, all the energy flows to them. If you ever dare to ask for something in return, some help, a service, anything, for all that they've taken from you, forget it. Your request will be shut down. It was never a partnership, it was an acquisition.
So, what's the point of knowing all this? What's the takeaway? This whole playbook, the confusing conversations, the mask, this insane delusion of ownership, it's a game. A game with hidden rules, and it's set up so you can't win. But the moment you understand the rules, the moment you see the game for what it is, that's when you get your power back. Because you realize you can make a choice. You can choose to just stop playing,